Hi, I'm Tracy from Vision Dynamics, and in today's video we're going to go over how to use your feature pack with your ClearReader Plus. When you add the feature pack and the monitor to your ClearReader Plus, you now have the ClearReader Advance. So I'm going to assume that you've already reviewed your ClearReader Plus video, learning how to use the buttons on your ClearReader and how to plug the power in. And as I mentioned earlier, in that video, I'm going to continue to use it on battery just for convenience here. So first we're going to start off, I'm just going to show you where to plug things in the back. So I'm going to turn the ClearReader around, and again, I've got it running on battery right now, but if I was going to plug the power cord in, it would be the button closest to me on the left. When you take that back panel off the back of your ClearReader, and again, that screw is going to be on the base of your ClearReader, that first hole closest to me is going to be where your power cord would plug in. Next, I'm going to plug in the monitor. Now, your monitor is going to be where your visual display will come up as you're reading, and that's going to have to get plugged in most likely into a wall socket to power the monitor. But then you've got your VGA cord that you're going to plug into the ClearReader itself, and that plug is going to be pretty much right in the middle on the bottom is where your VGA cord goes, and you may need some assistance with this if you're visually impaired and you're plugging it in. It's a little tricky. It's got to kind of match up with the plug, and then there's two screws on either side that you then screw in. And that may take a few minutes again because you need to get that plug to match up with the socket, and it's going to kind of merge in together, and then your screws on either side. Next, you're going to plug in the feature pack itself, and that's going to be a USB, and that's going to be to the right of the VGA. There are two USB spots there. There we go. Last but not least, and you may use this, this is a memory stick. It has lots of names to it, but that can plug in the other USB spot. This is so that you can play back or record or save documents onto this. The documents aren't saved onto your ClearReader itself. They're actually saved onto this card. So you can plug that in if you think down the road you're going to want to save some documents that you've taken pictures of and had read to you, books, magazine articles, or perhaps somebody's gotten something saved on this that they want to share with you. You can recall it onto your monitor and have it read. So that's plugged in all the way to the right there. So that's how we get everything plugged in and ready to go so we can start learning how to use our feature pack. So now that we've got everything plugged in, I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to turn it on. That's that button to the right on the side of the ClearReader. And I'm going to hear it beep, and then it'll play a little song to tell me that it's ready to get started. And today I have a photograph, and I've got a book and a letter that we'll work with. This is your feature pack right here. It's a oval shaped panel that we'll work with, and my monitor is lighting up. Now, there may be a power button on your monitor, so if you don't see it lighting up, it could be that it's just not turned on. So you may want to look to the front center at the bottom of your monitor, or to the right. I mean, the power button could be located anywhere depending on what monitor you have. Okay, and I'm going to press the center of the bottom of the center panel. That's going to click my camera out. Okay, so first I'm going to show you, we'll take a quick picture of 2 pages of a book. We'll start nice and easy. And I'm going to press that power button on the top right, and it's going to take a picture. And I can see the image it just took. It's not magnified or anything on the monitor. I can see the 2 pages, and there are 2 pages, so it's clicking along here, processing the image, turning it into speech and text for me up on the screen. So it takes a few seconds.
Much thought to the two people who were downstairs in my study, waiting for me.
Okay, I'm going to pause it for a minute. So in the first video where we talked about just the Clear Reader Plus, I told you that there was a pause button on the top left in that button that's divided into 3 sections. Well, on your Clear Reader feature pack, there is a pause button on this as well in the center of the circle, in the middle of the panel here. There's a circle divided into halves. There's a top half circle and a bottom half circle. And then right in the center of that is a round button. And that also functions as a pause and start again button.
Me. Some of you will suppose that a medium must be calm, peaceful, and
I can press that to pause. Now, again, talking about that circle, this is in the center of your feature pack. If I press the top part of that circle, the top rainbow or the top arch, it's in the shape of a rainbow, I can go up a sentence at a time.
That a medium will suppose.
Or a line at a time. And I can go, pressing the bottom part of that circle, I can move down line by line.
Must be calm, peaceful, and...
Now, to the right and left of that circle, all the way out to the outside of the feature pack, is they're like a side crescent or parenthesis. They're like giant parentheses. These will move you forward word by word.
Full.
The right-hand side one will. And back word by word is what the left-hand side will do.
And peaceful.
So before we get even into the menu or anything like that, you can use your feature pack just for navigating around the text once you've taken a picture of it and it's reading to you. You can go up, down, up lines, down lines, forward and back word by word, and you can stop and start the reading just by pressing the center section, that center circle in the middle circle.
Peaceful and full of meditative thought.
And you can stop and start that. So that's just how, using your feature pack, you can navigate around the text that's being read to you. Now what we can do is go into the menu. On our monitor here, we've got certain color combination, certain print size, in a certain way that it's marking each word as it's reading along. I've got a box around it. I can get it so it'll block and highlight the entire word if we want. And we go into the menu to make those changes. Let me highlight that again for you.
Thoughts, especially just before a sitting. Now, while I would agree that it's not a bad suggestion.
So I'll pause. Note, pointing out there that there's a box going around the word. All right, now we're going to go into the menu. All right, now we're going to go into the menu to make some changes. And you're going to find that menu button at the top edge of your feature pack between the center circle and the outside parenthesis. Up at the top is where you'll find it. So I'm going to press it, and the nice thing is that it'll tell us we're entering the menu.
Entering menu. Menu. Basic.
I'm in the basic menu. And you have the option also to go into a more advanced menu if you'd like. But right now we'll just take a look around the basic menu. Now if I want to use that basic menu, I'm just going to, for lack, down arrow. Down arrow means I'm going to use the bottom part of that center circle. As I mentioned earlier, you know, as you could move down lines in your text, this also will move us down the menu. So it's the bottom circle, half of the circle in the center. I'm going to press that.
Speech.
I have speech on. Now, for example, maybe I don't need to hear everything it's reading to me or hear it at all. Maybe just the large text is enough. I can go in and shut the speech off. And I can go in and make my selection by hitting the right crescent, the one all the way out to the right.
Off.
Speech off. Now, I can just go from here now. I can down arrow, and it's not going to speak to me. It's just going to highlight the words. I need the speech though. I'm visually impaired, so I need it. So I'm going to go back on, and I'm going to left arrow back to on. All right.
Voice. American English. Tom.
I can go in here and change it to Tom or Samantha, or go to the French or the Spanish, just like I can on the top of the device that we reviewed at the beginning of the video, the one that I did on the Clear Reader Plus. But I can also do it from my menu. I can choose another one.
Open. Size 10.
Size 10. We'll go back to that open and what that meant in a minute. Size 10. Now I've got it, that means print size. I've got it at the very largest size I can go. Now I can go and use my left parenthesis and go down.
9.
9.
8. 7.
Now if I want to keep it at 7, and it's showing me as I change the print size what it looks like on the screen. If I like that, I just leave it there and then go back to my down arrowing, the bottom of that center circle.
View. Column.
Column, viewing column, that means it's either going to go straight across the column and follow the column down as it reads, or
Line.
I can go line by line. So if I had a bill and I want it to read straight across, I can choose this mode and it'll read the description and then the price. It'll read all the way across. Otherwise, most of us just keep it in column mode because that's, column mode is fine for reading a book where, the whole page is just going straight across, or a magazine article, it knows to read down the column and then go to the top to the next. But the way I switched was by hitting the right or the left crescents on the outside to find my selection. All I need to do is highlight what I want and then just down arrow.
Column.
I'm going to go back to column because I'm not going to be looking at any bills today. I'm just going to be reading a book or a magazine.
Color. Yellow,
Color.
black.
Color, yellow, black. That's where I am now. If I want to change my color option, I'm either going to go right or left, crescent all the way out to the side.
Black, yellow. Yellow, blue. Blue, yellow. Black, red. Red, black. Black, green. Green, black. Black, purple. Purple, black. Blue, white. White, blue. Black, amber.
Black, amber. I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to just down arrow to the next option.
Menu. Basic.
Okay, I'm back to my basic menu. Now, there's an advanced menu as I mentioned. So if I want to go over there to the next option within basic, I'm going to go over to the right.
Advanced.
To advanced. Now I'm going to hear, if I down arrow, what my options are in advanced.
Font.
I can change the font at which I might want it to display to me.
Bold.
The bold is on. I can turn that off by hitting the right arrow.
Off.
Right? If I wanted to leave it at off, I would just continue on and down arrow. But I'm going to leave it on. So I left crescent. I went over to the left-hand side of the feature pack and pressed that.
Word highlight. Box.
Word highlight. Box. Well, I think I want to change that.
Block.
So I'm going to go to the block option. That's going to make a bolder impression on the screen as it's highlighting the word. So I'm just going to leave it there. I right arrowed over to my option.
Restore defaults.
That's if, I really have gone in, I've made a lot of changes and I can't figure out how to go back and fix them. I can go back to the original settings that everything came in when I first took my Clear Reader out of the box. You can choose that.
Would you like to restore the factory defaults?
I can say yes or no.
Factory defaults are restored.
So now I've gone and I'm back to my original settings, so I can go back and enhance and change the size any way I'd like.
Voice, American English, Tom.
We'll stay with Tom.
Save.
Save. Now remember in the beginning I showed you where you could plug in that little USB card. Maybe I wanted to save the image I took earlier of the 2 pages. I can do that by going in. If I want to further go in and save, I'm going to hit the right crescent.
Save without voice label. Saving, please wait.
Oops. And now I'm saving
Document
it.
much thought to the 2 people who has been saved. Leaving menu.
Okay. So now it's saved that image that I took earlier. I'm going to go back into menu by hitting that top right button between the circle, the center circle, and the right crescent.
Entering menu. Open. Delete. Size 6.
I'm going to change the size of the print, again, by hitting the right menu. Open, I can go back and open the document I just saved. I can delete it if I want. So you can go in and play with that a little bit. I would practice before you get in there and really start saving and deleting documents that are important. I'd practice by saving a document, recalling it, deleting it with something that's not important.
7, 8, 9, 10.
And that was by hitting the right crescent. I increased the size.
View, column.
And we're back to column. So once I've gone in and I've chosen what I wanted to choose and adjusted the monitor the way I want it to look, I can just get out of here by hitting that menu button again.
Leaving menu.
And I'm back to where I was before as it was reading to me the page that I took a picture of.
I'm afraid that for me it simply doesn't work that way. I am usually in a rush and trying desperately to fit everything into my day, which...
Okay, and I'm going to pause. Now, one of the other features, there's a button here called Picture, and it's the top left button.
Entering photo mode.
I'm sorry, photo mode. That's going to give us a photo image of the picture it took of these two pages. So if you wanted to see something, you could by doing some magnification. Another option on your feature pack is the photo mode. And this is great for, you have a nice photograph and unfortunately the picture is too small for you to enjoy. So you can put it under your clear reader, take a picture of it. Now it's going to take a picture of it and scan it and realize there's no words for it to interpret. So it's going to say no text found, and that's fine. So we give it a minute to figure out that there's nothing there for it to read.
Text not found.
All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit that photo mode button, and that's going to be to the top left of your circle. You've got your circle in the center of the feature pack, up above that to the left, and before you get to the crescent on the outside,
entering photo mode.
Entering photo mode. Now what I've got is I've got the picture up on the screen, so I can take a good look at it and navigate around the picture with my keypad. So I can move more to the left by hitting that left crescent, more to the right. I can move up the picture by hitting the top of the center circle and down. You know, so depending on how well centered your picture is, you can just move it and get closer by using your keypad. And then I can press that center button and it's going to zoom me in a little bit more to those faces. And now I can get a good look at the faces in that picture. So that's what the photo mode is for. And let me back up and let you know that when you're in your menu and you have your option of basic, advanced, or voice, basically, if you choose your voice only, it's going to shut off this photo mode. It's assuming that maybe you're blind and you're not going to want to use any of this feature at all, so you can just shut that off so you don't accidentally hit the photo mode and all of a sudden you've got a picture and you don't understand. The voice only option in your menu will shut this off so that doesn't happen by accident. So hopefully we've answered some questions about how to use your feature pack. If you have any questions, certainly please go ahead and give us a call at Vision Dynamics. The number is 203-271-1944, or you can certainly shop online with us at visiondynamics.com for any other products you may need for low vision or blindness, or come to the store here in Cheshire. But we'd be happy to work with you further on the phone if you need to, or you can set up a session for us to come out and do some training on your clear reader with the feature pack if there are questions you still have after this video. Thanks for watching.